Shazam! Ugh. Ugh. What? I had to wear something that was related to DC. So, Shazam was directed by David Sandberg and stars Zachary Levi as the character, or should I say, superhero, named Shazam. And yes, I am well aware that this is a long overdue review. This movie came out a month ago and I'm late. Well, I couldn't review it back then because I was super busy, alright? So, better late than never. Now, before we get into this review, I want to talk about something called whimsy. That's a word that I'm going to be using. If you know what you're making is going to be whimsical, then I will go with that. If you know what you're making is whimsical, I will go with that. Aquaman knew what it was making was whimsical, so it went with that. You know, that's why it kind of wasn't taking itself way too seriously, and it had lots of comedy in there. Much like Ant-Man. You can't have the character of Ant-Man being super serious, because that wouldn't work for the character. And they knew what they were making was whimsical, and they went with that. Now, that's something this movie does, is that it knows it's whimsical. Imagine a kid basically shouting the word Shazam and becoming an adult. What's not whimsical about that? So they roll with that, and that's the thing that really, really works for this movie. So I went with it. And I gotta say, it was a blast all the way through. Shazam is definitely one of the better DCEU movies. DC Extended Universe, if you want to know what that stands for. So, here's what I thought. The Zachary Levi really sells the part of him being a 15-year-old inside of an adult body. He really sells that very well. And Freddy, the kid that follows him around giving him tips about how to be a superhero, he does a very good job. As a matter of fact, almost everybody's acting in this movie was good, except for the parents. The parents I thought were really good characters, but their performance in the movie could have been a little bit better. Also, the villain in this movie I think is probably one of the better villains of the DC Extended Universe. Lex Luthor was kind of trash. Doomsday was trash. Steppenwolf was trash. Ares was decent. Aquaman's brother was decent. Black Manta was actually pretty cool. This villain is almost as good as General Zod from Man of Steel. This man is ruthless. By the way, his name is Dr. Savannah. He's ruthless. And you understand where he's coming from. His backstory is basically an abuse victim. His family has abused him all of his life. Mentally, psychologically breaking him down to the point where he just snaps and he says, I can't take it anymore. And I like that. This villain is really good. You could have had a little bit more work done on him. I will say that his backstory is definitely a lot darker than I thought it would be, and I'm fine with that, but I just felt like his character could have been worked on a little bit more. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind if the movie focused around him a little bit more, but that's just my opinion. Now, here's another problem that I have with the movie, though, is that there are some pacing issues. The movie moves incredibly slow at the beginning, and I'm fine with that. But then it speeds up through the middle, slows down a bit, and then at the end it rushes. And that's one of the biggest problems I had with the end of the film was it felt extremely rushed. And I'm not sure if I like that. And some of the choices that they have with some of these characters in this movie that they have near the end, I'm not sure if I'm on board with. I felt like some of the things that happened near the end in this movie could have been saved for another Shazam movie, but they decided to put them in this movie, and I felt like that was a big missed opportunity. All in all, Shazam is a fun ride all the way through. Very hilarious, very funny, very self-aware, very whimsical, and for the most part, very good characters. and I had a blast watching this. Definitely one of the better DCEU films, for sure. And I would say Shazam is a good, solid film. Now, I will be seeing Godzilla this Saturday, and there will be a review coming out for that. I cannot wait. And make sure to keep your eyes open. Alright? The review will be coming. So, thank you guys for watching, and if you guys liked the video, make sure to subscribe today to join the Isolation.